It said like 20 minutes for a wait, and you guys are here in like 2.
This worked out honestly really great. I was
Really?
yeah, I live in Chicago. That's where I started my day. And somebody just needed to come all the way out to here, and I was like, "Oh my gosh, I'm being out forever."
I gotta get my seatbelt on.
Of course. And there's cell phone charger back there if you need.
Is there?
one. Yeah. And
I don't know
so,
if I have one.
well, I've got one. I've got you covered for the ride at least. But and so they have this great thing on Uber where you say, "I want to go. Give me a direction." You can say, "I'm going this direction. We'll get you people going that way." And I was waiting at a gas station. I got a little breakfast in, and then I was like, all right, I'm just going to get started on the way back and see. And as soon as I started driving, they said, here, go for you.
So you like do this for a living? This is or is it a side job for
This
you?
is a side job, and for 2 reasons. One, it pays pretty decent.
Does it?
Also, yeah, but I'm a cloud infrastructure engineer. So 9 to 5, I work from home. I don't talk to anybody. So this is like how I
You get no human
socialize.
interaction.
This
You
is
sit
how
in a goddamn box all day.
You got it, exactly.
Oh man, that must blow.
I'll tell you though, it's from home, so it's not like I'm going to some office to sit in a cubicle.
No, but it's still 4 walls.
It is 4 walls. It's true. It is 4 walls. It's nice. You know, I have my wife with me. I've got my dog, so I make it work. But there's no talking to people, no socializing. And then again, it's completely different interactions than work versus talking to regular people. But
I'm happy for you.
Well,
I really am.
Thanks. Yeah, no, I enjoy it.
Usually, people that have your type of occupation, you don't see them doing this.
Sure, they're not very social, right? They're
You know what I mean? Yeah.
I get you. There's an IT personality, and that is no personality.
Right. It's like we don't
Yes.
sit in front of the computer, and that's your life.
Absolutely.
You talk to it's like the computer or the software or the systems are their family and their life.
Yeah.
They talk back. They talk to them instead of people.
Exactly. And I understand that. I understand the fascination of it. I'm very lucky in that tech. I truly just taught myself how to do because it pays the most, and that was it. I think I brought a lot of personality, and I kind of live on the personality with what I do. So it's
I'm going to tell you the honest truth. I've been out here since Sunday, and I've been back and forth. I'm going to a school for Navistar. I don't remember. I got a school that I have to attend last week and this week, and they left me out here because they didn't want to fly me back and forth for the money.
Oh wow. Okay, so they're like, you're here for the weekend.
Yeah,
and send you
go
back. Sure.
play.
Yeah, I was gonna say because you're in a hotel, so you probably looks like long stay. You're just.
I've taken Ubers. I had. I know a girl out here that I met online. I've never met her in person.
Okay.
So I had a date last night.
Nice. Okay.
And I've been taking Ubers to do different things. I had to get a haircut yesterday.
Sure.
The gentlemen and ladies that I meet are the most amazing people. Like you.
That's great. I'm
you know
so
what
glad.
I mean?
Yeah, I'm
it's
so glad
just
to hear that.
amazing to meet you guys.
Yeah, no, Uber, I think, Uber drivers are definitely personality.
I didn't think it was going to be such an I figured like, it's where I live, there's one stoplight in the town.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
I don't think, if I had an Uber come pick me up to take me somewhere, it'd probably come from Kansas. you know what I mean?
Sure, it's going to be a big, long drive. There's not a lot of Uber
So
drivers around.
I don't have this interaction with people. It's amazing.
Sure.
It really is.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, and it's just, I think, I'm personally, and this might be me because I do this, I personally believe every person is unique and interesting to talk to if you can really get to know them. If you can actually get into who they are and talk about their story. I've been nothing but interested by the passengers just as much as the people, like you said, the drivers.
Yeah.
And that's what I think. I think everybody has a story. Everybody's here for, the weird thing is somebody that's just plain milquetoast, hasn't done anything in life. That's weird. That's like, when do you encounter that? Everybody does something. Everybody has a story. Everybody goes through life.
Everybody's human. We're all dumb in every respect.
Exactly. And that was the thing. You're absolutely right. And this is, I said, listen, most people have one thing they're brilliant at, 5 things they're great at, and everything else they suck at.
Yep.
That's life. That's it. Like,
I think mine's backwards. I fuck everything up, and I don't think I even have one good thing.
No.
I'm inversely proportional.
There you go. Well, so it takes all kinds. It takes all kinds, and that goes into the human genome, right? DNA sequencing, right? So it's the same strand of DNA. Every human on Earth is the same strand.
That's the same.
Just
but there's all little pieces that are different.
Exactly. What's active, what's not active. Who knows? It just depends. It's so fascinating, right? Like what could be on people.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So what type of work you do that brought you out here?
I've been an automotive, heavy truck and diesel, and small engine repair guy since I was like 4 years old.
Oh wow!
So I joined the military. I grew up on a farm, so had a weld rod in one hand, grease gun in the other, and no gloves in the third.
Oh, I love it. That's cool. Wow.
So I learned at a young age what life and death meant, and what survival and death.
Wow, yeah.
What, you know what I mean?
Yeah. No, and that's.
So I couldn't wait to get the hell out of my town.
Yeah.
So I joined the Navy when I was still in high school.
Yeah,
delayed
get out
entry.
Get out and see the world, right? Yeah.
I joined a branch of the Navy called the Seabees.
Seabees, okay.
And they're a construction maintenance battalion, self-contained. So I spent 6 years there. I got back out, worked independent repair shops, doing all kinds of stuff.
Sure.
Within the field.
Right.
And then I used my GI Bill to go to Alfred State to get an AOS in heavy truck and diesel.
Okay.
And then I went to a I worked for a Chevrolet dealer for 28 years. They closed in 2009 when everything went south.
Yeah.
Went to an independent shop for 5 years. And I saw an advertisement online for a bus company that was hiring. We sell international buses.
Sure, okay.
So I applied there, and I got hired.
Nice.
The skill level that I'm at, I moved up in, not management or anything like that, but within the technical arena.
Yeah.
I moved out of the shop into a road repair where I deal with customers. And
sure.
I have a vehicle that has tools and parts on it, so I go out on the road. I probably drive 400 or 500 miles a week.
Oh, nice. Okay. Yeah, that's great. Yeah, honestly, and that was something I really loved doing when I was tech. When I first got started, I was an on-site guy, and so I was living in Los Angeles. I would drive out to all,
you're tech?
Yeah,
You're like a tech guy too?
Yeah, like fix.
Well, process engineer, doesn't he write software for?
Process, some of them do. I do cloud infrastructure. So the way I explain it is, if you think of a kitchen, I build the ovens, right? I don't do the gas line. I don't do any cooking. I don't put the rest of the stuff there. All I do is I build the ovens so that people can cook. That's essentially the work I do. And so there's some, programming.
So you actually design the function of the oven, or you build the oven in the process?
I build it. The whole, everything it's supposed to do, all of the specs, how the oven is supposed to be designed. A team of people already pick all that stuff. They go, this is what we need. And okay, cool, here's the product.
And it's good that people specialize like that, because as long as you can interface with the next man next to you that does the next process, right?
Exactly.
It's seamless.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. And they divide it up. And I've worked for state, federal governments. I've worked for huge international corporate banks. Yeah, and it's all essentially the same stuff. They just have you do it.
I didn't have the intelligence or the maybe I might have, but I never applied myself in high school.
I'll tell you, neither did I. I still don't. So I honestly, Google is the number one thing. And I say, look, IT is like assembling an airplane while it's in the sky. It's not about knowing the answers, it's about finding the answers. And that's really it. The ship's going, the company's going, they're moving, and you just got to kind of figure stuff out. But there's so much, nobody knows everything. So it's just a ton of research until you find it. And that's what I did. Honestly, I'm a high school dropout, never went to college. I just taught myself IT using Google.
That's amazing.
Yeah, that was it. I built a 20-year career or so out of it so far.
Look at these guys. These guys are, I'm telling you, I had a taxi guy from the airport. I came in from O'Hare. This guy was driving down the shoulder of the road, and he was actually looking on the on-ramps to see if cars were coming. Wow. I was like, dude, we don't do this in New York.
You don't need to.
He goes, you just let me drive.
Yeah.
All right.
They know. The cab drivers, they know. They tell. Yeah.
It was $150 to go from O'Hare to that motel.
Oh, gosh. Honestly, it's less expensive with Uber.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, and you went through O'Hare. I had to learn the same thing.
I figured a taxi driver, he was standing right there.
Yeah.
So
that's what I learned. So at O'Hare, they have this little tram that'll take you out to the rental cars. And so if you go out to the rental cars, the Uber's like $30. But when they pick up at the airport, they charge.
Right, I walked right out, like baggage claim was right there. I walked out that door.
Yep.
This guy hooked me up and said, "I'll take you."
I'll take you, right? Exactly. And they know you're right there. They go, cool. Well, they're waiting for it. They're waiting for the passenger.
It was 10:30 at night too. I wanted to get to bed. I had to go to school the next morning.
I completely get you. Yeah, and honestly, but it's like, it's about twice as much Uber versus a cab. It's really.
You know what I've learned in life, and I don't know if I actually learned this in the military, but you were talking about being adaptive, and you have to find the answer.
Yeah.
You know, I always look at every problem as you have to adapt, and overcome.
Exactly.
You can't get stuck in there's a lot of people that look at a problem, and they only look at one part of it, and they end up in like a box.
Yes.
You know, it just goes around in a circle.
Yeah.
It's really funny. I see young technicians coming in, like trying to diagnose electrical problems, and they'll totally not use their tools. You know what I mean? They start trying to change components. Because I guess maybe that's the way the training is these days. Everything's based on time. So if you slam in a new part, we don't care. The customer's going to pay for it. It doesn't fix it. We saved. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah. How's the company paying you versus how much you're actually making, and they've got to deal with that numbers. And people, they don't want it to be. They
don't want to do the diagnostic because it takes more time.
Right. And it's
then they're losing money.
Yeah. And on top of that, they want it to be a special solution, not one of the. It's like I've seen this 100 times. I know exactly what it is.
Right.
You know, it's like.
Well, even those turn around and bite you. I'm telling you.
They do. They do. Absolutely.
Better diagnose everything you put. I don't care if you've seen it 50 times.
Exactly. And that's the type of tech I started was, hey, my computer doesn't work. What's going on with it? Okay, so then, I was doing desktop support, exactly that. Let's see if we can figure out the computer, read event logs, read error messages. And again, I see an error message. I have no idea what it means. I'm just going to pop that into Google, go into Microsoft, see what they're saying, see what causes that, and then go, okay, they say this, or this might fix it. Let's try them and see. And then that's it. It was just that, let's figure it out. And I saw on the internet, somebody said, listen, fake it till you make it. Go, make mistakes, do the errors, try.
Right, if you don't make mistakes, you're not learning anything.
Right, but then I said, that's faking it. I said, but that's also just doing the job. That's it. You're not faking. That's not faking. That's just doing the job. Turns out you don't have to fake it. You just give it a try. Yeah, give it an earnest try until you get it right. That's life, turns out. So
sometimes if I'm in a hurry, I'll try component changes.
Sure.
But I don't do it often.
Sure.
I pull a schematic, look at the schematic, find out what I need, where I need it, what the function is, and then you can usually, within a reliable percentage, nail down a problem.
Sure. You'll get there. See, and I think that's great. Yeah, it sounds like you know what you're doing. You've been doing it for a long time. So
doing this for
That's great. And then so you said you worked for Chevy, so like a dealership, so you're fixing Chevy cars.
Right.
And then
so I worked on everything from like cars to medium duty there.
Sure. Okay.
They were a medium duty dealer. That's why I got the job with the AOS.
Okay. Oh, I see. So you kind of had a little experience on your vehicles.
It was heavy truck and diesel, but and I didn't go to I didn't really need the college.
Sure.
But that piece of paper helped me in life.
Sure. I get you.
Even though if it's only an AOS, that helped.
Yeah.
I was amazed.
Absolutely. Yeah, there's a lot.
It helps when you go when I went to this bus company to begin with. They looked at that, and I got an extra $1 an hour in my pay because of the training.
Yeah.
Because of that piece of paper.
Sure. And that'll do it. That pays dividends eventually over time. That'll definitely get you there.
The only thing I had to do was I had to be in federal prison for 6 years to earn it.
Oh, really? Like you had to work at a federal prison?
No, the military.
Oh, the military. You're right. It is you're right. It really does feel that way. You are property, and you are their
Absolutely.
property. Yeah, that's very true. Yeah, I had somebody I just drove this morning, and she's in college.
You do have chargers, man.
I was in charge.
You were like rock and roll.
Of course. I can't tell you how many people get in the car and they're like, "Oh, my phone's
I'm
about to die."
surprised being a process engineer, there's no meter on there.
Right. I should put one on.
Like,
That'll be $250.
You got a little kilowatt up there somewhere, don't you? Huh?
No, that's so smart. That's smart. Yeah, and I thought about it. And it's like, oh, maybe some Uber guys are like, oh, they'll sell candy, little snacks and stuff like that. But I'm like, I don't want a bunch of garbage in the car.
Yeah, because that'll be all over.
The more thing, and even with those down there, I can tell you, I think 3 times now I've had to replace the plug, the pieces. The chargers are fine, but somebody will catch their foot on this and snap
it out.
They'll just snap right there. Exactly, and that's what'll do it. So I'm just like,
you gotta take a zip saw and cut that receptacle hole out, put a flat panel in.
Okay, that makes sense.
They sell those flat panels on Amazon with USB-C, USB A, right?
Yeah, that's A. Yeah, you're right, and that would make sense.
That would make it smaller. There's enough in there you can do that. You already got the lid busted off it, so
nice. Nice. Yeah, exactly.
Put it outside even too.
That's fun. Yeah, I like to play with stuff like that every now and then. I don't have a workshop at home currently, but
you don't need one. Go get one of those little saws that do this.
Yeah. Okay.
Or a Dremel tool will work too.
Dremel tool. Okay.
I think they're all a 12-volt feed. Most of them are. If not, you can put a resistor.
Okay.
You can build a regulator circuit, I'm sure, right?
Yeah. I learned how to build those little circuits. I learned how to build a lot of those stuff too, fixing like electric guitars when I was a kid, when I was a teenager. So
oh yeah, I'll bet you. Yeah. Yep.
So that'll teach you that, and then I grew up fixing up old muscle cars and stuff like that. So like I can be handy if I need to be handy.
A lot of people use I've seen on YouTube they use Raspberry Pi.
Raspberry Pis, you can use it for a ton of stuff.
They can go in and customize and build a circuit board like a universal.
That's right.
A couple switching transistors, some logic, and they can program a function. Kind of cool.
It is, yeah. They're a lot of fun. Raspberry Pis have been around for
Never experimented with any of that. Too busy paying lawyers.
Exactly. That's what got me doing this. I'll tell you. I thought I made a lot of money. No, turns out the attorneys, those are the guys that real money makers. No thanks. Yeah.
You're an intelligent man. You're a good guy.
I try. I try to make people.
And you're focused too. I had an Uber guy last night. He was Lithuanian.
Okay.
And he had like phones all over the front of his car.
Oh, geez.
They looked like Russian mafia to me. That's what I would have guessed him for. So, and he's looking at all these phones and he's driving and he's sitting like halfway in the passenger seat. He's got all these phones. He look up at the road, look back at the phones. And the guy never swerved out of the lane.
Okay.
Never. I'm telling you, this guy owned it.
He knew what he was doing. Some people can be, some people can't. I get it.
I was absolutely amazed.
Yeah, I can understand that.
And I was coming back from my date, and he's like, "Did you take her to a motel room? Take her to a motel?" I was like, "No."
Well, how'd the date go? I totally want to hear all about it. So this is somebody you
met this girl on TikTok like 5 years ago.
5 years ago, okay.
So we had talked on and off, and I had never had a chance to get enough vacation time amassed to come out here. She lives in the city.
Okay. Oh, actually.
Right, because I'm going to the museum to meet her.
Oh, cool. Okay.
So we went to a restaurant right off the train station last night. I wanted to meet in a public place because we've never met.
Smart.
I was like, look, we're going to meet in a public place. I want you to call your kids, make sure you're safe.
Yeah, that's smart.
It was absolutely amazing.
That's great.
Absolutely.
Oh, that's wonderful to hear.
Couldn't hear you, sir.
Are you on your way to the museum to meet her again?
Yeah, this is what.
Cool.
I think that's where we're going, right?
Second date, I believe so. I mean,
I hope it is.
I just dropped you off. Yeah, Griffin Museum. Yeah,
it's right on the lake, right?
Yeah, exactly.
So I went to Walmart yesterday. I got a bouquet of flowers for her and some chocolates.
Fine, so okay. Great.
She works for a German shipping company.
Okay.
In one of the high rises in downtown Chicago.
Sure.
So she took the train. The train was like maybe half a block away from the restaurant last night. So she took the train there. She was actually there before I was, waiting for me.
Nice. Wow. Okay. Very cool. That's great.
It's just amazing. I don't know. Technology is so cool.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, I agree. And meeting people and dating and finding all that. I don't know if you got the online dating much, but I loved it. Yeah.
I just sent her, I already known her, and I sent her a text. I was like, you want to go out for dinner one night? She's like, what do you mean? I said, well, I'm going to be in Chicago for a couple of weeks.
Yeah.
I think we ought to go out for a date. We have never met.
Right. Yeah, that's great. And from TikTok, that's fun.
And from TikTok. I met another couple from TikTok, remember that show, Three's Company?
Yeah.
Well, it's
John
Two's Company.
Uh-huh.
There was a girl fishing on a pier.
Okay.
Shark fishing with
a
guy and her son and stuff. It was on there. And she took a picture of the pier that was next to him. It was nighttime, 3 o'clock in the morning. And I'm telling you, that pier was beautiful. It was lit up with violet and purple and reds. It was changing colors. So I asked her what she was fishing for. We struck up a conversation. She introduced me to her roommate. 2 years later, I never met the people. I flew down. They took care of me for a week in their house. I got to use their pool.
Yeah.
And
nice.
We're like family.
That's so
it's amazing.
Great.
It's absolutely amazing.
Yeah. I think, and that's what I think. Everybody tries and say, "Oh, beware the internet to scare people out there," but it's just people. It's everybody. It's just people.
Everybody's evil. You're right.
Yeah,
I mean,
exactly.
It's 1 in 10 trillion chances you pull on TikTok. It's not.
No, exactly. That's a great point. 1 in 10 trillion.
It was fun. It's funny because they live next to a prison.
Oh wow.
Not they're in Sarasota.
Okay.
But there was I would call it a halfway house, maybe.
Sure.
Where prisoners they're getting out of jail.
Yeah.
And then they put them in this house.
Yeah.
With a mentor to get them used to civilian life.
Yeah.
And those guys were the guy's name's Vinny. He's a body man that grew up in Maspeth, Queens, and he moved out to Long Island.
Okay.
He got divorced, took $30,000, got in a pickup truck, and just started driving, and he ended up in Florida.
Nice. Okay.
So he does custom body work, and his roommate Jackie, they don't do anything. It's just a platonic relationship.
Oh, okay. It's a roommate.
And she works for a automotive shipping company that does parts she deals with AutoZone, Napa. They're the ones that do the shipments to the stores. When the stores requisition orders from their headquarters, the headquarters contracts these people to do the shipping.
Sure. Okay.
So she's a manager there.
Yeah, like freight logistics type of thing almost. Okay.
And then while we were there, Vinny's got this friend named Robert, and Robert had a girlfriend. So we were all sitting by the pool. Robert gets his girlfriend drunk, and they start spraying shaving cream all over each other. His girlfriend's buck naked, can't stand up, running around chasing everyone. And you know how it is when you have a female in the house, she rules the house.
Right.
You know what I mean? So I'm sitting outside the next morning, and Jackie sticks her head out, and she goes, "Morning, William." I said, "How you doing?" And she looks around, shaving cream all over everything, in the pool, cans laying everywhere, and she goes, "What the fuck is all this shit?" And I said, "There's 2 guys inside that know all about it."
Yeah.
I know nothing.
I don't know anything. I have no idea what happened. That's so funny.
But that wasn't anything that happened. That was something that was extraneously abnormal.
Sure.
You know what I mean? But it was a good experience.
Yeah, it was fun time. Yeah. Every night you gotta play. I think that's because at the end of the day, when it's shaving gel, washes off. It's nothing. It's no big deal.
I went to work with Vinny one day, and his boss was looking at a new tow truck, buying a used one with 300,000 miles on it. So he had me looking all over. I wrote up a list of the defects on it. He goes, "Take it out and drive it."
Yeah.
I have a CDL, so the thing had no tags on it.
Okay.
Got out on the road, just started driving it around Sarasota. I was like, this is you couldn't do this. I couldn't do that back home.
Sure.
Even in living in Podunk, I would have still gotten pulled over.
That's a great one. Yeah, something about Florida. It's wild out there. It really is. But yeah, Sarasota's great. It's really, it's nice. It's not.
I went to the beach.
Yeah.
They let me use their truck. I borrowed their beach stuff. I went to the beach a couple days.
Yeah.
And I actually took an Uber one day, plus a ride.
Yeah, I bet.
The guy was kind of reluctant to let me put a chair in the back. He was afraid I was going to scratch the car.
Oh, okay.
But it's like, well, I'm not going to hurt it, I promise you.
Yeah.
And if I do, I'll pay you for it.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, it's supposed to be damages, so. Uber does not pay you well. If somebody throws up in
What's
the car,
that?
like if somebody throws up in the car, they don't pay super great.
You don't pay it for that?
No, like they do, but it's like nowhere near what it actually costs to fix it.
Somebody barfing in a car these days could be in big trouble. There's all kinds of electronics in them.
Exactly. And then on top of that, it's like the cleaning fee, you can't work so that whole time, so it ends up being a lot. But
And usually it's somebody that's inebriated, right?
exactly.
Absolutely.
That's all. I don't drive
That's
after
the worst.
10. That's why I
That
don't drive
stinks
after
forever.
10. Exactly. Exactly.
At least the porcelain god area has usually got tile on the floor, right?
Exactly. Exactly. You can wash
Maybe
it
you
right
can
off.
engineer a carpet that's puke resistant. Hey?
That's so funny. That could work. Yeah, that could work. But that's why, like these, you see, I have that liner on the bottom, and then this is all liner.
These are
WeatherTech.
but you know that WeatherTech company's
They're over
right there,
in Bolingbrook.
right next to it.
That's why I got these. I went there and picked them up.
Really?
Yeah. They're right out there. Yeah, right.
I got those for my tracks.
They're
I got
great.
those, and I got the vent visors.
Yeah, they're
The little
great.
vent things that keep the rain from coming in.
Yeah, they're great. They have like, good products, but yeah, they're right over there, not far from where I picked you up. Yeah, right there.
I really appreciate this awesome conversation. You know that?
Likewise. Hey, likewise. I'm so glad. Yeah, me too. This is why I do it. So I appreciate you making it entertaining.
And my company wanted me to rent a car. I'm like, no. I drive 500 miles a week.
Yeah.
You want me to come out here and drive in this insanity? I'm like, no. Not happening.
Not happening. Yeah, especially if you're used to
So
more
give me a
rural-
prepaid credit card for Uber, and that's what I'm doing.
Nice. Oh, cool. So is that what they did? They gave you
Yeah.
Great. Good for you. That's smart.
So-
Good for you.
I told him, I said, I'm only going to use that card for Uber and meals, and
Yeah.
during the week, I don't need the rental card because there's a shuttle bus that goes back and forth to the school.
Yeah.
So I'm only going to use the Uber when I want to go somewhere.
Yeah.
And if you're making me stay here, you're going to drive me around.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. I'm sure they're like, we'll pay for the rental car, but it's like that's worth.
I don't want to drive a rental car
Yeah.
around down here. What happens if somebody hits you?
Absolutely. Yeah, it's on your insurance. It's on. Yeah, no.
No, I mean, you're going to have to come back if it's a serious accident. Your ass is coming back here.
That's very true.
Stand in
also.
front of a judge.
That's a great point. It's a great point. Yeah. No, let Uber. They can take care of it. You just get the ride, chill. And that's a lot.
This is so relaxing, man. You just don't know.
Yeah. I was in Vegas last weekend, and it was the same thing. I got an Uber, and it was like, oh, it's so nice being a passenger. I just look at stuff. I don't have to think about where's the turn coming up. I'm just enjoying
Like one of
the
Santa's
view.
reindeer here, huh?
Yeah, it's nice. I get it. It's nice. Yeah. You can't see it because of the fog, but there's this amazing view of the whole skyline coming in. If you can't see it until we get closer, but it's
Really?
yeah. If you like cities, you like the
Well,
skyline. It's
Lisa sent me a picture from her. She lives like on the 32nd floor or something.
yeah. Okay.
And it was all clouds.
Yes. Yeah. All
I was like, that's really cool.
it is cool. It does look super cool because you're
Now,
out there.
what's all this traffic? Why? Like, honest, this is Sunday, so
You're right. Honestly, I have no idea. These are all people, and they're leaving the city. They're going out of the city. So I was just on this, and it's because it goes down to 2 lanes, and then it opens up
maybe it's a bottleneck.
Yeah, and so
But
that's
there's no traffic in this lane,
Exactly. Yeah.
and I'm amazed at that.
Yeah.
So this is the actual. Are we in actual city now?
We are in Chicago proper now, officially, and you can kind of see.
I can see the sky right.
But
So
it's
Lake Michigan is just on the other side, straight
that's
ahead.
right. We're keep going. We're on our way there. Yep, we're on our way there. Yeah. But yeah, we're in Chicago proper.
This is where I hear all the 750 to 1,400 murders every year.
Southside. Yeah.
Southside?
Southside. Yeah, you're going to the south side. That is where you're on your way.
Am I?
Yes. Let's see. Yeah, because you're going to.
I didn't wear a bulletproof vest.
You're going to the Museum of Science and Industry.
What's that?
And it's called the Museum of Science and Industry, and that's Southside Chicago. But I'll tell you this: the passenger before you that had me going out to Bolingbrook, he got shot in the chest 3 years ago as a completely innocent bystander. He was just out, and somebody was trying to get a gang initiation. They needed to kill someone, and he said they shot at him 7 times, only hit him once, and it went straight through. It didn't kill him. He was fine. And his whole family was like, "You got to get out of Southside. You got to go." And he says, "No way." He said, "No way." And he said because And I said it. I said the same thing. I said there's two Chicagos. There's the Chicago you see on the news, and then there's the Chicago that you get if you're talking to everybody, the people you talk to and meet and the actual people of Chicago. Because at the end of the day, 1,000 people you meet in Chicago, they're all good people. They're all kind people. They're all friendly. Nobody wants to be the reason.
This girl that I met,
yeah.
She's an angel.
Yeah. Right? And nobody wants to be the reason somebody has a bad day. Nobody wants to. Really. Nobody's trying to make you have a bad day.
Well, I don't know. There's people out there that just wake up mad.
Every now and then, you're right. Every now and then you get some.
That's how they go through life. I've seen it, man.
Yeah. and that's it says a lot about who they are and what they're going through, that they choose to make that. But you're absolutely right. But of that, you get one person, 7.9 billion people on planet Earth. There's 1,000 other ones. For that one person, there's 10,000 other ones that are not like that. And that's it. Your odds are you're going to meet.
I see how these criminals shoot on those cop shows.
Oh, but the side,
yes. Yeah. I mean, no wonder they can't hit the broadside of a barn.
I mean, exactly, if they knew how.
They just spray bullets all over,
right.
Especially out of a pistol. You're not going to hit anything like that.
Exactly, that's what he said.
You're going to hit everything you don't want to hit, but
right?
what you're after.
Because if you're not ready, you don't know to squeeze
right.
the trigger. They pull it,
Sights aren't designed to work sideways.
Yeah, exactly. I told him, I was like, honestly, you're lucky. I mean, he's a bad shot. That's all. He's 7 shots. He hit you one time.
Why was he shooting at this particular individual?
Well, that was it. It was a gang initiation that he just needed to kill
they
someone.
Just singled him out as it was like a ritual, like a
wrong person,
fraternity.
Wrong time. It was literally wrong person, wrong time. That person needed to shoot someone, and he happened to be the person that he saw. And that's it. That's all it was.
What's our ETA?
6 minutes.
Somebody's getting anxious.
It's chilly, I get it. She wants to see you, that's all.
What's that?
She wants to see you, that's all.
Oh, I'll bet. This is the first person in my life that actually wants to see me.
Oh, hey, well, that's good.
4 minutes.
Yeah, and the Museum of Science and Industry is a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun.
Is it?
Yeah, there's a lot of cool stuff to see and do out there. It's really a lot of fun. And where you're going, it's south side, but it's right by the college.
So, is that the lake there?
That's the lake right there.
Get out.
Yeah, that's it right there. If you look on the map, look at that thing. It goes on for hours and hours.
That is really cool.
Right?
And it's a beautiful day today. I mean, to go from 4 degrees to this.
I'll tell you, what's so funny? If you talk to a Chicagoan or somebody who's used to it, fine. I grew up in California. This is awful. But if you're from here, this is great weather. But I'm used to sunny days, so. But it's nice. It's 40 degrees. I got a thin layer. It's almost 50. So it's almost beach weather. It's beach weather for Chicago. So you might see some people at the lake. There's no snow on the ground.
No, there's no snow at home either. Rained a whole bunch.
Exactly. Oh,
I pinned her a 20 continual locator from Google Maps.
Oh, right.
I think you have to have data for that.
Yep.
Forgot to turn it on.
Oopsie. But yeah, 5 minutes, 4 minutes. We'll be there soon.
Can't believe the amount of structures that are so historic. These buildings are ancient. You can tell by the design.
Like built in 18-something, 17-something. This area, a ton of them. If you had a rental car, I'd say cruise through Southside. It's so sad because the structure is beautiful. The buildings are beautiful.
They are. I mean, just what I'm seeing here.
Yeah.
When you see something like this, it's out of place.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, and but it's like there's no investment. So all those houses that look so cool, all the windows are boarded up.
Oh, so there's nobody there. It's just gang members and
right,
homeless people.
Unfortunately, but it tends to be.
And the city can't do anything about that.
Well, they don't do the right thing about it. All they do is send police and send aggression instead of investments.
Oh, they send illegal immigrants too.
Right, and that is exactly
makes life even harder for everybody.
Right, to a degree. I know a lot of people have an issue with it, but it's the question.
No, I mean it's not the issue that I have. The issue is the bigger the number, the more property you're going to have.
Right, to a degree, absolutely, and that but it's
that's just a matter of numbers.
Right, but yeah, exactly. What do they say? Immigrants commit crimes at a lower rate than citizens, though. Because they know if they commit crimes, they get kicked out. But yeah, right. I mean, if you like infrastructure, you like structure. There's a ton to see on it, that's for sure. And you're going to the Museum of Science and Industry. You're gonna love it. They've got an ice cream shop in there, and inside of it, it's like a town. It looks like you're walking down the street in like a 1500s city, like a town. What they used to look like in London. It's got cobblestones and everything.
That's amazing.
Oh yeah. So you're gonna love it. There's a little ice cream shop in there. It's really great, and it looks very old time. So you'll see, and they talk about how Chicago became what it is at that museum. They give you a lot of the info on structure.
Capone was here, right? That was his home base.
That's right. Capone was out here. That's right. Yeah. Yeah, and he has. There's a few like restaurants where they got his picture up. They're like, yeah, he used to eat over here. He used to drink over here. Yeah, quite a few.
He's a ruthless man.
Yes, he was. Yes, he was.
Now that's a guy that got up angry every day. You hear me?
Right? Something. that might have had something to do with the syphilis.
He got pissed off when they didn't oil his typewriters.
Oh, really? That's
the Chicago typewriter.
Oh,
yeah, Thompson.
That's right. The Thompson Chicago typewriters. That's right.
It's an amazing piece of hardware.
Oh yeah.
This is beautiful.
Right? And so not far from here is the college.
And this is all safe here? You can walk around in relative safety?
If you're around this area,
yeah.
Yes. But it's like,
don't go.
Stay on the museum. Don't walk around much other than that.
All right. I'm going to stay around this lady friend of mine because she lives here. So.
Oh, good. So, and I was going to say, the university, she'll might probably know the safe areas. If you go north up to here, is the university campus, and that's a lot safer and a lot quieter that way. Just don't go that way. Go that way.
So you don't really want to get out at any of the parks here. You want to stay.
At the parks, you can walk around them, but it's like they're not that great weather. But over here is a university college, a lot of cool little restaurants.
Oh, is there?
Yeah, they're fixing up the area quite a bit, so that'll be a little nicer. But this way is south side, and it just gets very run down.
Don't wear masks?
Some people are. That person is. It could be they're sick. They don't want to get other people sick. And not even COVID.
They have some underlying issue.
Yeah,
probably.
It could be. You never know. Yeah, it could be something else. But all right, here you are at the entrance. William, I hope you have a great time.
Yeah. I don't have to give you any dinero. I'll give you some dinero when I get out.
Well, you're all set. You don't got to worry about it. No, you're fine. You don't got to worry about it. You're all set, man.
Sir,
have a great day.
Wonderful to meet you, man.
Likewise.
You're a good
Have a
man.
good one. Thank you.
Hey,
That's the plan. Thank you.